Good morning. I'm a little bit late to the party on this one because it's like halfway through August. I don't even know what day it is, August 17th. Okay, and the new newsletter came out on the 1st. So I'm pretty behind, but that's okay. I want to talk to you today about the newsletter. So I've been running it for about a year now, and been kind of pushing it through the other YouTube channel, which I'm starting to phase out. So I'm kind of wanting to introduce the newsletter more as like a synonymous thing with the YouTube channel, this YouTube channel, that is. And so, yeah, I kind of want to make like monthly recap videos and just link to it. So kind of get more eyes on the newsletter. So the way I structure these is I kind of open with a painting and a poem that are like semi-seasonal sometimes. And then I have a piece of fiction that I've written. Right now we're working through a novel that I'm serializing. I'm not sure what the title is going to be yet. The working title is Treasure Valley, but it will definitely change. I try to write an essay as well. I missed the essay this month. I ran out of time. Let's be honest, I was lazy. And probably next month I'll not write an essay either, but I'll get to it eventually. And then I'd like to have like little blurbs in here about random stuff, whether it's like a writing tip or just like a random thing I find interesting. And then I also like to do a quote of the month and a word of the month, and also book and music recommendations. So yeah, stay posted for all that stuff. So in the August edition, which again, sorry, my bad, came out like 2 weeks ago, almost 3. We open with a painting. I'll try to put it on the screen now. Is called At Sunset by Anna Vindront. I'm not sure if that's an alias or that's a real name. Couldn't really find too much biographical information on this lady. I don't really like too many modern artists. I tend to like all the books I read and the quotes I pull and all the art all that stuff is usually like older. But this is one of the artists that is currently alive that I do really appreciate her work. To be fair, I'm not really super well versed, or I don't really know too many modern artists, so I'm not giving them their fair chance. But then again, anyways, I'm more partial to older stuff. Anyways, this painting, At Sunset, came out last year, and I really like it. I'm not really well versed in like art criticism, so I can't really say anything intelligent about it, other than the fact that I like it. So there's that. And then the poem of the month is from John Keats, okay, famous romantic poet. And this is On the Grasshopper and Cricket. Should I read it to you? Why not? Not like you have anything better to do, right? It goes like this. The poetry of earth is never dead. When all the birds are faint with the hot sun and hide in cooling trees, a voice will run from hedge to hedge about the new-mown mead. That is the grasshopper's. He takes the lead in summer luxury. He has never done with his delights, for when tired out with fun, he rests at ease beneath some pleasant weed. The poetry of earth is ceasing never. On a lone winter evening, when the frost has wrought a silence, from the stove there shrills the cricket's song, in warmth increasing ever, and seems to one in drowsiness half lost, the grasshoppers among some grassy hills. Very beautiful. Thank you, Mr. Keats. Like I said, the short story, it's chapter 3 in the serialization. So if you have time, go read that. I have like a fair number of subscribers already to the newsletter, and I would assume that people like read the poem and like the little blurbs and stuff, but almost none of them click on the essay or the short story. So if you have time, go read it. If not, whatever. The creative tip of the month, okay, I titled it Role of the Artist. So the idea basically is that if you believe, as you should, that beauty has at least an objective element, maybe it's not totally objective, but it has an objective element, that means that certain pieces of art are better than others, okay? This is very clear. Some people will deny this, okay, but they have some ulterior motive. It is very clear that the Sistine Chapel or the Mona Lisa is better than some weird abstract painting, right? But as an artist in the 21st century, you might be a little bit discouraged because you'd think, oh, well, how am I going to ever measure up to like Michelangelo or Da Vinci or something? So like, obviously art is still worth pursuing. So Like, what is my role as an artist in the 21st century? And I didn't even search these up. I just like came across them over the last year, and I saw a common pattern. And all of these people are basically saying the same thing, and that I'm not even going to summarize it. I'm just going to read the quotes to you, and you can extract the information yourself. So we have a quote here from Andre Gide. I don't know how to say that. He says, "Everything has been said before, but since nobody listens, we have to keep going back and beginning all over again." Arthur Miller, famous playwright, I believe American, right? He married Marilyn Monroe. "I think the job of the artist is to remind people of what they have chosen to forget." Okay, here's a quote from Goethe. "Everything has been thought of before. The task is to think of it again." And here's a longer one from Luc de Clapieres. "We ought never to be afraid to repeat an ancient truth when we feel that we can make it more striking by a neater turn, or bring it alongside another truth, which may make it clearer, and thereby accumulate evidence. It belongs to the inventive faculty to see clearly," the inventive or creative faculty, "to see clearly the relative state of things, and to be able to place them in connection. But the discoveries of ages gone by belong less to their first authors than to those who make them practically useful to the world." Yeah, so if you receive the same piece of advice from multiple sources over multiple time periods, you can be pretty sure that it's true. Quote of the month this month comes from Camus. Okay, he has a great quote about, it's kind of cliche, not giving up, but it's very beautifully put, so we'll read it quickly. He says, "In the midst of hate, I found there was within me an invincible love. In the midst of tears, I found there was within me an invincible smile. In the midst of chaos, I found there was within me an invincible calm. I realized through it all that in the midst of winter, I found there was within me an invincible summer. And that makes me happy. For it says that no matter how hard the world pushes against me, within me there's something stronger, something better, something pushing right back." So yeah, very inspirational. Thank you, Mr. Camus. Word of the month is French, insouciance. I think I'm saying that right. One of the commenters from last video or a few videos ago said I should put the phonetic pronunciation in brackets next to the word. So I took that advice, but it doesn't seem to help me that much. I don't know if I'm smooth-brained or what, but insouciance. It means a casual lack of concern or indifference. And then the last little section here is a book recommendation. I've already made a video on this, so I'll kind of skip over it, but that is Joyce Carey's book, Mr. Johnson, okay? Delightful tragic comedy set in 20th century colonial Nigeria, and Mr. Johnson himself is very naive and borderline delusional, and yet these negative characteristics are sort of offset by very positive ones like generosity and constant exuberance and optimism. So yeah, if you want to find out if he can keep his job and redeem himself, yeah, you got to read the book. But yeah, I did like a long review of that already. Maybe I'll link it below, maybe not. Maybe you got to go find it. Anyways, yeah, that's the August edition. So if you want to read more about that or are interested in those kinds of things, please subscribe, because another one's coming out on the 1st of September. And I haven't missed a deadline yet. I've always published it on the 1st. So yeah, 1st of September, there will be another one. Anyways, thanks for listening, watching, whatever, and I'll see you next time.